like to say, first of all, it's an interesting time, but we'll get the usual customaries out of the way. Also like to thank everybody who's been in support of the movement, both within Nigeria in the diaspora, those who have subscribed, shared videos, liked, commented. I'd like to say thank you. As always, I appreciate you, Nigerians. What should we say? It is a bit of a tumultuous time at the moment. In Nigeria, we have protesters exercising their democratic right, which is the right to protest peacefully. I personally am in support of people protesting peacefully. So it's interesting to hear Tinubu and his government saying before the protests, which we could say that their actions and policies definitely directly led to the protests that are still ensuing within the country. And it's interesting to hear Tinubu saying that these protests were initiated by a select group of instigators. Possibly even mentioned his former opposition party mate, Peter Obi. But you know what, whoever he mentioned or didn't mention doesn't really matter. The point is that the real instigators of these protests are those in Asarok and those national lawmakers. Because to be honest with you, the people's backs have just been pushed to the wall. They've been pushed to the wall. Inflation has skyrocketed week on week. People's wages have not matched the inflation. Fuel subsidy was taken away. Public funds were used inappropriately. And the truth of the matter is that the people within Nigeria maybe, hopefully, are starting to realize the potential of Nigeria, both in the north, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, middle belt. I hope they're starting to realize the resources that they are standing on and that are being used. Well, I'd like to say used, but most of the time it's just oil that they're using and gas. But they're used inappropriately. So we have, for how many decades, lacked leaders of vision, nationalistic leaders who just love the people and want to see Nigeria change, progress and be prosperous. Instead, what we have seen is leaders that want to prosper themselves, gain reputation and power, and have something on their nameplate that says I was an ex-president or whatever it might be. So I understand why people are protesting. I understand that there is hunger on the ground. I understand that it doesn't need to be this way. So actually, I will say, any Nigerian from any part of the country that decides to peacefully protest, I'm in support of you. What they're trying to do now is, as you know, they always like to use divide and rule. So maybe they couldn't divide us along ethnic grounds now. They're now reporting that there are people that are looting. I'm not in support of looting. Let me just make that clear. But the people that are looting amongst the protesters are in a very small minority. And they do not represent the majority of protesters who are being engaged by security forces. Some have been shot. I sometimes wonder when I think about the security forces, the police, the army. Are you also not suffering? You are suffering. So if your people have come out, your fellow countrymen, and are deciding to peacefully protest, on your behalf as well, on the behalf of your children and your family? Do you think the right thing is to take up arms and to gun them down? I'll leave that a question for anyone who is in the security forces. What I know is that the majority of protesters are not criminals. They're not interested in looting. They are demanding good governance. They are requesting good governance. They are asking those at the helm of governance to do better, to be accountable, to be responsible to their office, to do what Nigerians need, so that Nigerians can live a better life, so that they don't have to jap up, so that they don't have to suffer, so that they don't have to hunger and starve. I think that that is something commendable of this movement, that Nigerians could decide to protest. Again, I'm in full support of peaceful, non-violent protests. So let's talk about Nigeria. Nigerians. No, not in this video actually. I'm just gonna say, ride on. Ride on. You know what I think? I think we do need to change our mentality, but I think God is doing a great thing in you all. So, ride on. Enough is enough. You know, if we continue with this current status quo, if we keep on allowing them to ride over our heads, there'll be nothing left of Nigeria. There'll be nothing left of the Nigerian people. So, from me, from One Nation, One Voice, well done. Come together, unite, think of what Nigeria can be and how we can get there. And let us join behind one another. Let's operate together. I keep on saying, there are nationalists in every part of the country. You are my brothers and sisters. Let's join together. Let's work together. And we can make Nigeria great by the grace of God. So God bless you all my countrymen in Nigeria and in the diaspora. I salute you. I salute those who have decided to take their time and go out and protest for their fellow countrymen, whether those fellow countrymen agree with them or don't. I salute you. You've gone out, you've done the right thing, you've done the positive thing. So may the Lord keep you all. I pray He'll protect you all. In Jesus' name, God bless you all.